So now we've understood basic component architecture and one-way data flow, it's time to actually start to build out a custom module. The way that we can do this is by creating a custom ng module. And that's exactly what we're going to cover in this video. So I'm going to create a new folder here and I'm going to call it passenger dashboard. Now this is going to be its own module. So we can expand this folder and there's currently nothing in there. So what I want to actually do is create a new file. So I'm going to call this passenger dashboard.module.ts. So when we open this file, this is then going to be our new module. So as we build out new features in our applications, we want to create these things called feature modules. We don't want everything to live in this root module because we'll have tons of imports and it becomes hard to use different modules across different applications. So the idea is all of the logic for a passenger dashboard should live inside a module. This allows us to then take this module and paste it into another application, and it should work without us doing anything else. So what we're going to do in this video is basically set up our own ng module. Now we've already covered this, so what we're going to do is import the ng module, and we obviously get this from @angular/core. So now we have the ng module decorator. So we're going to export another class, so this is going to be called the passenger dashboard module. So we're going to create a module class here. So this isn't a component, this is a new module. Just like in our app module, we had an app module which imports our app component. So again, what we'll do is @ng module, and what we need to do is pass in our configuration object. So what we want to do is actually create a declarations. So the declarations will hold all of the components relative to this module. So once we actually start building out some components in this section, all of our components will then be added in this declarations. Now, because Angular is split up into various modules, we also need to import a common module. Now, the common module is also in the app module because Angular is relying on it here because we're using directives such as ngIf and ngFor, like we've covered in the previous exercises. So let's continue and do from @angular/common. So we now have access to the common module. So what we'll do is take this, and what we'll do is then add that to our imports. So we're going to import our common module from Angular. We've now created our own custom ng module. So now we've exported our passenger dashboard module. We need to actually save this file. And what we're going to do is open up the app module. And this is where we can import our custom module. So we don't want to create tens or hundreds or thousands of components and list them all in one single module. So we're going to break them down into specific modules. So inside of here, I'm going to import my passenger dashboard module, and I'm going to say from current directory and passenger dashboard, because this is the folder name. And then we can copy this again and do / passenger dashboard.module. Now we don't have to put .ts on the end. So you can see that there's no red underlines here because TypeScript has now found the module. So I can copy this and we can go down, and because it's a module, we actually need to add it to our import list. So we can simply include it like this, and it might be while you're building out your apps, you could do something like custom modules, and then you could leave as Angular modules. So you could do something like this to represent the differences between your types of modules that you want to actually import. So in this video, you've learned how to create your own custom module. And what we'll do in the next few videos is build out container and presentational components that live inside our passenger module.